The tokenization of culture, a new market for intellectual property. Evolve with crypto or die from technological deflation. Introduction: the era of digital assets. The emergence of blockchain technology, smart contracts, and crypto platforms has created a paradigm shift in the way we manage, distribute, and monetize intellectual property. Traditionally, intellectual property rights have been centralized, controlled by entities like record labels, publishers, and studios. But in an increasingly digital world, the need for tokenization, the ability to fractionalize and transfer rights using digital tokens, is reshaping the landscape. This shift is not just an evolution of existing systems, but a necessary change to unlock the full value of our cultural assets. Traditional finance systems simply cannot keep up with the flexibility and speed required in this new era. Breaking down intellectual property rights, music, film, and even likeness rights represent some of the most recognizable intellectual property categories. In the world of music, rights can be split into several layers, including publishing rights, mechanical rights, performance rights, and synchronization rights. Each of these rights can be managed and monetized independently, and with tokenization, they can be fractionalized and sold to multiple investors. The same applies to the film industry, where actors' likeness rights have recently gained attention. With the rise of AI-generated imagery, actors now negotiate explicit rights to their digital likenesses to protect their income streams from being undermined by AI. This represents a new abstraction of intellectual property that didn't exist before, and it too can be tokenized, monetized, and delegated to third parties. Blockchain as the paradigm shift. Blockchain technology introduces the ability to fractionalize and decentralize ownership, enabling rights to be traded and managed globally without intermediaries. In the traditional system, you might need a publisher or a distributor to handle music rights, or an agent to negotiate film contracts. But in the decentralized world of blockchain, smart contracts can automate the distribution of royalties, enforce terms, and ensure transparency, all without a third-party intermediary. Moreover, blockchain's decentralized ledger provides proof of ownership and authenticity for digital assets, a critical feature for managing intellectual property across global markets. This removes the need for trust-based systems and intermediaries, making it a more efficient way to manage and monetize IP. This content is brought to you by Bobby Gigs. Promote your brand here and reach a wide audience across platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Follow the links in the description to get started. The tokenization of culture, a new market for intellectual property. By tokenizing intellectual property rights, we're opening up new markets for cultural assets. Think of this as a new frontier where previously illiquid rights, such as royalties for a song or the image rights of an actor, can be traded in the same way stocks or commodities are traded today. Platforms that tokenize these assets provide liquidity, allowing anyone from individual investors to institutions to invest in these cultural products. Imagine a scenario where an emerging artist tokenizes their music royalties, allowing fans to purchase fractions of their future earnings. This creates a direct relationship between creators and their audience, bypassing the traditional gatekeepers in the music industry. Similarly, actors could tokenize their likeness rights, allowing studios to purchase limited, fractional rights for use in virtual environments or AI-generated scenes. Evolving with crypto, embracing the shift or risking obsolescence. The choice is clear: evolve with crypto or risk being left behind by technological deflation. As blockchain and tokenization transform the landscape of intellectual property, industries and individuals who fail to adapt risk obsolescence. The same way we saw industries resistant to the internet or automation fall behind, those ignoring the potential of crypto-based systems for managing IP will be left struggling to compete. Traditional finance systems have their place, but they are too slow, too reliant on intermediaries, and too centralized to handle the complex, fractionalized ownership models that tokenization enables. Blockchain technology reduces costs and removes barriers, making it the ideal solution for managing and monetizing intellectual property in a rapidly digitizing world. Conclusion: the future of tokenized intellectual property. The potential to tokenize intellectual property, from music royalties to actors' likeness rights, represents a new economic paradigm, one that could unlock untapped wealth from our cultural assets. As we move forward, tokenization will allow us to monetize not only existing intellectual property, but also to create new categories of digital assets. By adopting these new technologies, we will ensure that creators and investors alike can prosper in this new market for intellectual property, where blockchain is not just a technological upgrade, but a fundamental paradigm shift.